Okay, so this episode is a live podcast from the TopCat alumni event called Beyond the Field, Restore, Rally, and Rise. We did yoga, they did line dancing. I had my podcast there, and I brought in different alumni to speak about their businesses, to speak about what it means for them to go beyond the field, to rally, to restore, and to rise. And I want to send a shout out to Dr. Lenee and Cyndi Crosby, who have led this event and invited me to come do my podcast live there. They are part of the interviews that I do, and it's really fun. And this is something that I haven't done before, so I want to do more in-person podcasts, and I hope that you enjoy this one. Even if you're not an alumni TopCat, you can get a lot out of this episode because they talk about mind and body connection. They talk about how you can get in contact with them and just how they are moving on in other areas of their lives. I think anybody could relate to this episode. So I hope that you enjoy. Dr. Lenee, thank you for being here.
Hi, Jasmine. I'm so happy that you could join us. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. And I know we're at the Beyond the Field, Restore, Rally, and Rise. So we just completed a yoga session, which, y'all, it was amazing. I feel so relaxed. And now it's time for some fun. But tell us a little bit about what we just went through and what we did and the yoga session that you led.
Yes, Jasmine, I'd be happy to. So what we just did was a combination. Although I am a registered yoga teacher with bachelor's degrees in dance, master's degrees in exercise physiology, mind-body medicine, and doctorate in psychology, ultimately it was a conglomeration of all of those modalities put together. Because as the Dr. Bessel van der Kolk says, the body keeps the score. Trauma that we've ever experienced lies within ourselves. And so we did a combination of a little bit of somatic movement therapy. I am a body-oriented psychotherapist and a sport and performance psychologist. So ultimately, I go in deep with clients and athletes and dancers. And statistics show that dancers and sideline athletes show a larger propensity for trauma and body-oriented injuries and physiological and psychological problems later in life. So we did a little bit of journaling, which was also reflection and restoring. We did some somatic movement therapy as well as myofascial release with the tennis balls and some yoga thrown in there as well.
Yeah,
It's a lot. It's a mouthful.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. The tennis balls was definitely a game changer. I feel like you usually don't use tennis balls within yoga. And is that the somatic part of it, or what's the somatic part of that?
Yes, it is the somatic part, because somatic movement and somatic therapy, as well as body-oriented psychotherapy, actually goes into the cells and the tissues and facilitates the mind-body connection and the healing. And so what the tennis balls did was a little bit of the fascial or myofascial release to have those muscles release. So as you saw, several of our beautiful alumni sisters were feeling the need to do crunches and to work harder and do things in normal traditional exercise that we usually do. However, the somatic part is finding the strength and the stillness, allowing the muscles to release mind, body, and spirit, and finding a resistance, and if we feel resistance, to find the stillness and the mindfulness and the peace in that. And it translates to every area of our lives.
Absolutely. So how often should we be doing yoga like that, or doing any type of myofascial? Is myofascial?
Myofascial release, yeah.
Myofascial release. Like, how often should we be doing that?
I recommend every night. The late, great Diane Carroll used to do the same set of exercises, and we know how Diane Carroll looked. And she literally found ways to age backwards through her small eccentric exercises. I recommend active recovery after every intense exercise session. So daily, really.
Wow, I was not expecting you to say daily, but it makes a lot of sense because I mean, during our daily lives, we are going through a lot of stress, and whether it's work, whether it's through a workout, so you got to release, and it's hard to fit it in sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, but it's important, y'all.
It's true, it's true. And then for active dancers, I always recommend, I'm a member of the Performing Arts Medicine Association, and my colleagues and I, we always recommend that dancers find some time to go into a mindful space with myofascial release to not only help with physiological stress, but also psychological stress. And it actually is a preventative measure for any kind of deficiencies. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to share?
I'm just so glad this is a dream come true. I think that as a facilitator, professor, and practitioner, I see the statistics. And unfortunately, there's an epidemic with mental health amongst our dancers and sideline athletes and cheerleaders. And it's something I'm passionate about and dedicated years of research to. So to see us come together in a beyond the field way, to have some community and connection, I just hope that all sisters know that they are loved and supported and can get support anytime they need to. We're all just a phone call away.
That's so awesome. And tell us a little bit tell us your full name and then like when you danced as a TopCat, because we're all TopCat alumni, we're all sisters here. So tell us a little bit about that part of your life.
Sure, absolutely. One of the greatest experiences of my life was being a TopCat. I was actually an inaugural captain on the original squad in, 1996. It was just a huge honor to be a part of that original team. And at the time, I was a senior dance major at UNC Charlotte. And we were required to actually perform on stage 6 out of the 8 semesters we were on campus, as well as also have good grades, stage manage in the theater department. And so juggling that and being a TopCat as well was really no small feat. What I found and what I learned, though, from our coaches and directors at the time was it's not just about the dance, which was that was always my passion, but also about learning how to do everything well in life. But what we need to do also is make sure that we're focusing on self-care as well. So I have a bachelor's degree in dance from UNC Charlotte. As I mentioned, degrees in exercise science, master's degrees in mind-body medicine. I'm a college professor. I teach new doctoral students in the mind-body medicine department at Saybrook University in Pasadena, California, as well as Walden University. Also, I have a doctor of psychology and am passionate about mind-body spirit wellness for athletes and non-sport performers.
I love this. Okay. Thank you for introducing yourself. We want to have some fun now. So what I'm going to have people do is you're going to pick out of this hat. It's a couple of questions related to the theme today. The 3 R's, restore, rally, and rise. So we have a little Panthers hat.
Okay.
Just going to show that. And I'm going to have you we'll shuffle it up. And maybe you can answer maybe 2 or 3 questions. Get a good pick.
Sounds great. Okay, wild card. If you could describe your life after TopCats in one word, what would it be and why? I would say exploration and discovery. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis not long after we cheered, and I shared that with everyone earlier. To be a dancer, but also experience paralysis on one side of your body as a dancer, that required a discovery of, well, what was I going to do then? Who was I going to be? And ultimately, beyond the field was great. I spent a lot of time in graduate school, as you can see, but I also have a wonderful daughter who's in college now and got married and had a whole life in another state after being a TopCat. But what I love the most is that my sisters and I always stayed connected. So one word? Oh, that's tough. One word. Okay. Discovery.
That's a good word. Yes. All right.
Okay.
Let's pick another one.
Okay. Rally. What is something you're currently celebrating in your life or career? Ooh, this is a good one. I just had a milestone birthday, and I call it my second act. So I enjoy teaching mindfulness on beaches. I taught in Cancun at a new resort that opened not too long ago. And I find that rallying is, now that my daughter is grown up, is spending time actually practicing the self-care that I've recommended for others.
That's actually really huge because as you know, I started doing dance coaching and talking about mindset when it comes to dance. And, I recently started dancing again and I'm like, I need to take some of my own advice. And I'm like, why? It's hard sometimes to well, it's easy to tell somebody else what to do sometimes, but then sometimes you got to apply it to yourself. So I definitely feel that.
It's so true. It's so true, Jasmine. The best practice of mindfulness is living it so that it never shuts off. So mindfulness is a lifestyle. It never ends in everything we do.
So, so true. Okay, let's do one more.
Okay.
One more?
Okay. Hey, let's see. Another wild card. What would you tell a current TopCat about life after the uniform? Ooh, I would tell a current TopCat, and this is coming from a professional perspective, I would tell a current TopCat, in order to prepare for life after the field, to grieve the uniform for about 6 months. Again, through research and studies show that dancers have a higher propensity for depression, especially transitioning from the stage, from the field, from the screen. So in my experience with working with lots of dancers of all levels, I would say grieve the uniform for a little while. Allow yourself to feel the loss because it is considered non-death related grief. And then after that, take a moment and then move on and live a full life after being a TopCat.
Such great advice because I definitely went through that. I was like, I was having FOMO the next year after I retired. I was like, I want to be out there. I miss it.
It's real. It's real. And so, again, preventative. That's the thing about therapy, about mindfulness. A lot of times we think of it in a reactive way, but the key is to stay ahead of it and use it as a preventative tool and a way of life. So I'm saying this because it might not be the popular belief or answer, but it is real, and it's something that I've done numerous studies on, and that I'd love to give that advice so that our little sisters can be prepared and know that after that moment comes, it's just an emotion. Emotions are like water. They come and go, ebb and flow. And after that water passes, then you can live a full life. But don't let it sneak up on you. That's the advice, yeah.
Well, she's telling y'all now, current TopCats and pro dancers, it's coming. It's not going to last forever.
It's not. And life is just beginning. And so you can feel how you feel and then heal and move on.
There's so much more to life. Thank you so much, Dr. Lenee, for joining.
My pleasure. Truly an honor. Thank you for joining us too.
Yes, everyone, Dr. Lenee.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, we are here with DaWanda Bittle, and I want you to tell us a little bit about how you're feeling and what's going on today.
Well, today is exciting. We just came together as an alumni association and with a health and wellness event, and it's so exciting to see everybody here and what we did to kind of release and take health and wellness mindfully, and seeing everyone and having some snacks. It's just been a good time.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to ask you some questions. So you get to pick. Let's pick out of the hat. Yes.
I'll try to get to the bottom. Let's see what it says. Rise. What's something you've accomplished since your dance career that you're especially proud of? All right, so since dancing with the Panthers, I am pretty excited with purchasing my first home, and it has been one of my most proud accomplishments, and just having myself prepared and ready to go in with the mortgage and be like a full-time adult, and then something even closely more related to Panthers and dancing with the TopCats is helping get started our alumni association, like really going in, filing it with the state, and getting our tax ID number and officially naming ourselves so that we can operate without the permissions all the time that used to be needed.
That's awesome. And congrats on the first house. Yes. So awesome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, let's choose another one.
Wild card. What legacy do you hope to leave for the next generation of women? Well, that's a great one. I would say to really believe in yourself, to know that you hold all the power. And oftentimes, as I can say, this was like a lesson learned. It didn't just come naturally. Oftentimes, I operated in a space where I did for others versus what's really do I want and going for that now. So I say to any new generation of women coming up, go for what you want. Don't live your life for someone else. Live yours.
That's such great advice. You can't be a people pleaser all the time, right?
It doesn't work out great. Not at all. It does not work out for you because you'll have so many regrets otherwise.
Yes, I'm learning that now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's pick out another one.
Okay.
One more.
Rally. All right. What's one way women can better support each other today? You know, I think we need to begin to trust each other more, tell each other about what we're dealing with, because people are people and we share some of the same situations, maybe same problems. And if somebody's learned something already, just by talking and communicating, you could share that knowledge, that information, and then that person wouldn't have the same struggle. Things would come along a little bit faster, maybe a little bit easier. And I think that's what women need to do sometimes. Women may find themselves in competition with each other, but if we really think of it as a sisterhood and empowerment moment, share what you know, pass it on, and then the next generation and the next generation can get there quicker.
Yeah, it's so easy to say, but sometimes it's hard to do. Like, what would you say to somebody who's kind of closed off or they don't open up as easily?
Right. And that's where I call on other people to see that person who's closed off. If you see a person and they're in the group and they're not opening up or talking about anything, take notice of that and just try to find some common ground so that person could maybe start to trust you, learn you a little bit more, and then guess what? They're generally opening up a tad bit more each time they have that interaction. So take the first step. You be the person that takes the first step, and then you help bring the others along.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, DaWanda. This has been amazing, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That was sweet.
Thank you.
That was great.
All right, we're going to keep it rolling. We got
What's up, guys?
Annalise. Well, they can't hear you yet.
What's up, guys?
Annalise. All right. How are you feeling today?
Great. I'm having a good time. This is a great event. It's nice to be with my TopCat sisters. We had a nice, Zen session, so I'm feeling really calm.
It was a really calm little yoga moment we had earlier. Okay, let's answer some questions. You're going to pick out of this hat any question related to our event and read it out loud and give us your answer.
Okay. What is a challenge you've overcome that made you stronger? I would say pushing through the last week of school at this elementary school that I work at. Because shout out to all the teachers out there. Teaching is really hard, but you're doing a great job. And it was really draining, but we made it.
You made it, girl. Yeah, teaching, not something I could do, but you got it. Somebody's got to do it.
Did I win?
Did you win? Share it with the people.
Okay.
Let's do a little look what's in my bag.
Okay. Got a book, Stuck in the Elevator. Shannon just won as well. Shout out to her. Okay. Business card. She's gorgeous. Another business card. Okay. Ooh, yes. This is right up my alley. Cleansing cloths and peppermint essential oil bath enhancer. I'm going to need a bath.
You're going to need that.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Wow. Look, I didn't even enter the raffle. Could have been me, but I'm happy for you.
I don't even think
Oh, really?
everybody forgot to answer.
Dang, I thought they were going to do it at the end. All right, let's choose another question.
Okay. What does restoration mean to you in this season of your life? Oh, that's a great question. I have been going for the past 10 years. So this season is about me just chilling and relaxing and taking it easy and slowing down. Because I used to go back to back to back and move at a really fast pace. So I want to kind of slow down.
That's a good one, yes. All right, let's do one more.
Oh, they're real life dancing back there.
Yeah, you got to join them.
Okay. What is something you wish your younger self knew while you were cheering professionally? Girl, I would tell my younger self to have fun and stop being stressed out. Because you get stressed. Your first year, you are stressed. And it's okay to make mistakes. And also, nobody is paying that much attention to you. I think that's a really big overarching lesson, to just really focus on what you can control.
That's so great. Especially the focus on what you can control and like nobody really cares as much as you think they do. Yeah, we think everybody is
Like,
locked in on us when we're really the biggest ones that we're like, oh, we're so self-conscious. But like women are so self-aware, so we think everybody else is like noticing everything we are noticing, but they're not. They're not. Thank you so much,
You're
Annalise. Love you.
it was so fun.
And y'all go to West Kept Secret.
Shout out to West Kept Secret. Shout out to West Kept Secret. Come work out. If you want to take a free class, let us know.
I'm here with Cyndi.
Hello, hello.
Tell us why you're here and why this event means a lot to you, and how are you enjoying the event? Tell us what's going on in your mind right now.
So I am a co-chair or vice chair with Dr. Lenee for the Health and Wellness Committee. And so this event means a lot to me because I think it's just a platform for connection for us TopCat sisters, just to connect with each other, which I think is just so important in many different levels. So bringing in the health and wellness portion of it and having a safe shared space where we can connect authentically with each other is very important. I'm passionate about that. Of course, mental health is a big platform that I'm very passionate about. It's something that's been important in my family personally in my journey. And just having emotional regulation is just very important. But I also just want to bring it to the space of the TopCats. Like, I want us to not worry about what we look like, how we're presenting ourselves, and just kind of in that structure and just strip it down a little bit. And hey, let's just be authentic with each other in a space and bring our nervous systems down a little bit because we're so used to performing. And that can be stressful. So let's look at what it looks like to kind of be authentic and connect. But that's also why we decided to do the business symposium, because there's so many TopCat sisters that have cool platforms like what you do. I have a travel business. There's realtors, there's attorneys, there's so many different things that I was like, okay, if I'm looking for someone in a specific area, I would love to almost have a directory of who are my TopCat sisters that can help fulfill this need. And I think just as long as we're supporting each other, women are so powerful and we're so powerful when we support each other. So that was another important aspect of this event. So we're just happy that everybody showed up and wanted a place to connect and just be together.
Yes, we are stronger together for sure. And this is something I've been saying lately, giving ourselves space to be imperfect. And I think this is exactly what you were kind of describing. Like, we can kind of let all the...
Take the mask off.
Yeah.
Take the mask off. And I love that you have that title of your platform as the imperfect cheerleader. Take your mask off. Don't worry about what your makeup looks like. Let me see you as a person authentically, and let's connect. I love that because that makes us stronger.
For sure. And a lot of times we also are having the same thoughts as other people around us. So to come and be in that atmosphere and know that you're not the only one that might be going through something. Other people are going through things in their lives too. It might look different, but we all need to kind of support each other. So
We do.
love that.
We do. And I think just having a place where you don't have to put on the happy face if you don't have a happy face, and it's okay. People care about you and want to be there for you. So there may be people that you can come together with that are going through something similar in your life. I was just talking with Allison, and we're both recent empty nesters, and so we're able to connect about that part of our life and what it means for us, and kind of we're both finding ourselves again. We're we don't have to worry about kids 24/7, and this is almost like a rebirth for us. So just having those kind of authentic conversations and connecting with people who are in those similar stages of life, and whether it be anything, just that you're dealing with, to have a safe space to come and talk to someone. Yeah.
Yes, and that's why this is such a wonderful event. And I'm so glad that we don't have to leave TopCats when we were on the team. We can kind of extend it beyond the field.
Beyond the field.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to get into some fun. So we have questions here that are rise, rally, and restore related. Or there's a wild card in here somewhere.
Okay.
So we're going to have you answer a couple questions. Just read it out loud and give us your answer.
Let's see. Restore. What is the one thing you've learned about taking care of yourself since your pro dance days? Wow, that's awesome. I think that For me and taking care of myself, a big thing that I realized is I needed to create boundaries for myself and my relationships, and that was something hard for me. I was definitely a people pleaser, and if someone needed something from me, I was always my first answer was yes. Before taking stock of where I was, I would just say yes because I wanted to help someone or I wanted to people please. And I think setting those boundaries and feeling okay, like even as a Southern woman, like we're such hostesses and we want to do everything, but just to go, you know what, let me get back to you on that. And really like take stock of what's going on with me and my, how I'm feeling. Am I overloading? What am I doing? Can I give myself fully to something? I think that's something that I've had to really work on that I didn't used to do back in the day. Another part of taking care of myself and the health part is investing in my body because I am now 52 years old.
Don't look it.
And my body doesn't work like it used to, so I invest time in my body in lifting weights, doing yoga, walking regularly, what I eat, what I drink, all of it is investing in my body because at this point I want to continue this movement that I've had all my life because dance was a passion, but now it's more about just movement. I want to continue to have that movement. So, yeah.
I am so inspired by you and all my other big sisters here because I want to continue moving when I am your age too because...
Motion is lotion.
Say that again.
Motion is lotion. Yeah.
That's so true. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, and I mean, it's, you think, oh gosh, this joint hurts or this hurts. You need to move it to use it. Yeah.
Wow, period. Let's do it. Yeah, clock it. All right, let's choose another question.
Wild card. What is one thing people would be surprised to learn about you? I am an experienced sailor. So my husband and I own a catamaran in the British Virgin Islands, and we spend about 6 to 8 weeks down there a year, and I am a very experienced sailor. So, yeah.
That's incredible. Do you let anybody use your boat? Okay.
Yeah, so it's actually a charter business, so when we're not on it, it's up for charter, but my husband is a licensed captain, and I'm his first mate, but I'm also a sailor, and it's just a passion of ours. We love being on the water. Yeah.
So do you, if I went to the Virgin Islands, could I be on that boat?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So most people rent it out for a week at a time. And if you aren't an experienced sailor, you get a captain that you hire on that'll take you around to all the fun islands and destinations around the BVI. So it's usually 1 week charters because there's so much to see in the BVI. So you have to give yourself a week to kind of island hop.
Oh, wow. Okay, I've never been to the Virgin Islands, but I might have to.
Might need to.
Yes.
It's so fun. Yeah.
Tell us about your travel business that you just started.
Yeah, so I started Scarlet Ibis Travel. So Scarlet Ibis is the name of our boat that we have in the BVI, and we named it that because we were on Necker Island doing this cool eco tour, and we saw these beautiful little red birds, and they were with the flamingos, and we were like, what are these little red birds? They were like the prettiest color ever, and it turns out it was an ibis, and it's called the Scarlet Ibis, and they're scarlet because they eat shrimp, and it turns them pink, and the ibis is the first bird that comes back after the hurricane, so it's kind of like bringing in peace a little bit, the ibis does. So we named our boat the Scarlet Ibis, and then I started Scarlet Ibis Travel, and so I am an affiliate of Uniglobe as well as Virtuoso, and so I can book any travel within the world, and I just love people, helping people make their vacation dreams come true. It's so fun. I love researching destinations, coming up with itineraries, help you make your vacation seamless is what I enjoy doing.
Oh my gosh, the girls love traveling these days, so make sure you reach out to Scarlet Ibis Travel.
Scarlet Ibis Travels. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to do one more question?
Yes. All right. Rally. Who has been a part of your support system through life's biggest transitions? I got to give that to my husband. Next week, we'll be married 29 years. To Michael, he's been my best mate, soulmate, just best friend, and we've been through everything together, so he's my rock. Yeah.
That's so sweet. Well, congratulations on your anniversary. And thank you so much for joining us, Cyndi. This has been amazing.
It's been so fun. Thank you for all you do. I love watching your podcast, so I'm glad you're here. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, Hannah, how are you?
I'm so well, thank you. I'm sweaty because we've just been line dancing with the TopCats, so I'm warm, but I'm good.
Well, tell us about how you're feeling at this event with our TopCat alumni and why you're here.
Yeah, so this one feels really big for me because I'm also introducing my business for the first time, kind of in public. I've been doing it online, and this felt like a really big integration for this part of my life. My mom's also a former TopCat, so like there's a lot of worlds colliding here, but I'm showcasing my business where I help people use cannabis to heal their mind, body, and soul. And so I walk women through intentional embodiment practices. We utilize the plant medicine to kind of alter our states and then create more neuroplasticity in our minds and our bodies so we can heal and no longer carry all of the weight that we've been carrying throughout our life.
And what's the name of your business?
My business is called Sacred Flower Vibes.
Period. Okay. What is neuroplasticity for people that might not know what that big word means?
Absolutely. So our brains create pathways of repetition, right? So there's like a reason you can drive home and not have to think about it. It's because it's a neural pathway that is grooved. You don't have to think about it unless you move, and then you have to start thinking, right? Same with all of our habits, our ways of thinking, our ways of carrying ourselves. Like if I have a chronic belief about myself that I'm not good enough, then I'm carrying that neural pathway in everything I do. But when I use plant medicine to expand my awareness and to create spaciousness, and basically the analogy I've heard is like, pretend it's like a freshly fallen snow on your brain, you can create new pathways from that versus trying to like shift a very old pathway. So when we have these altered states of consciousness, these expanded states of awareness, our brain can choose new pathways without it being so effortful. So then when we're in this state, we can entertain new ideas, we can try on new beliefs, we can try on new ways of being, and incorporate it into our daily life. Yeah, so neuroplasticity is basically similar to, there's also a word called epigenetics. So we think that like if we inherited heart disease, then we automatically are gonna get heart disease, right? Like it's in our DNA. So epigenetics is this belief that our cells can change. Like we are not stuck to how we were born. We actually can shift the genetic expression of our DNA through our thoughts and through embodiment practices.
So how does being an NFL cheerleader relate to your business? Like, what's your personal story around that?
Yes, so when I was an NFL cheerleader, I was in the depths of my eating disorder. So I had an eating disorder for 10 years, really bad bulimia. This was kind of the worst of it, right? The NFL is very demanding, and I came in at a time where there was, I mean, it's always been strict, right? But there has been fluctuations in just what we're expected to do. So we had the weigh-ins, we had the uniform checks. There was a lot of expectation to be thin. And I was really good at being thin because I knew how to do it, but I was incredibly malnourished. I wasn't well at all, right? And so I'm doing that. I'm in my last semester of college. And then I went on to cruise ships. That was my main career, was singing and dancing on cruise ships. But the whole time I have this really debilitating eating disorder where I'm not in my body at all. I'm constantly living just in survival mode. So when I went to recovery during 2020, I went to Miami, had a full residential eating disorder stay, came out, and then I started integrating cannabis to help my nervous system repair from all of the trauma of being in basically like self-abandonment for 10 years, right? Like there's a lot of trauma that gets stored in your body. Like instead of expressing my emotions, I was, trigger warning, binging and purging, right? So there's so much unprocessed stuff in my body that was literally holding me back from being able to do what I'm here to do. So I started using cannabis with intention to remove trauma from my body so that I could start showing up more as myself. And yeah, that's kind of the relation. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like some people might hear this and they might say, oh, this is so woo-woo. You probably have heard that, probably. Yeah. What would you say to people that might not believe that cannabis can do what you're saying it can do?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of the woo, and I think that is the fact that we have any sort of negative connotation is unfair, because I think like the woo people are typically the most in tune with just, I think, heart-centered living. I think like we are taught that productivity is like the most important thing, but really it's like, are you in tune with yourself and with what you desire? And I think there's a lot of research on cannabis, and you can come follow me on Instagram. You can learn more. I have a guide for conscious cannabis, so how you can start incorporating it again, not to tune out, but truly to like tune into your psyche, tune into your emotional state, and what can you do to help bring more freedom and liberation to yourself and your body.
So good. Okay, let's get into some quick questions.
I think they're also trying to take a picture of us.
Oh, okay. We can pause.
We're going to pause. Question? Yay.
Yes. Okay, let's get into some quick questions related to our event, Rise, Rally, and Restore.
Okay.
So just read the question out and then give us your answer.
Okay. What does it mean to rise in this next chapter of your life? I am rising into a founder and CEO of a multi-million-dollar business that helps impact millions of women to come back to their body and to unleash their authentic self. So I'm doing it. I'm rising.
Woo, I just got chills. Yes. You better rise into that, girl. All right. Let's get another one.
Restore. When life feels overwhelming, what helps you reconnect with yourself? Perfect. I don't want to give all the power to cannabis because I don't believe that like that has the power, right? But what it helps me do is tune into myself. So what helps me reconnect with myself? Presence practices, which is like meditation. For me, intuitive movement. I'm also a breathwork facilitator, and all of that amplified with cannabis brings me right back into my heart space every time.
Love it. I feel like you need to do like a breathwork exercise with us.
I think
TopCats.
so. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Next
next
event.
event.
Next event.
Jinx.
One more.
Okay, one more. Perfect. Rally.
Oh, we got all three.
How has being a part of the TopCats sisterhood impacted your life beyond the field? Ooh, well, the beautiful thing is that my mom was also a TopCat, so this has like been in my family, you know, for as long as I have been alive. I think I love like the steadfastness of this community. It never ends. Like the same women that have been here from the beginning are at all of these alumni events. I think it's so precious that the friendships are still so close, and I think seeing how diverse we all are. Like we all have this shared passion, right? But we've got doctors and we've got real estate people and we've got dancers and we've got teachers, and like I love the diversity. And I think like having a diverse sisterhood, especially like women who are in all different walks of life, is so helpful, especially for like, the younger crowd who are like, we can learn from all of these beautiful women who've walked the path.
Yeah, and the sisterhood continues because I feel like TopCats is probably not going anywhere anytime soon. So
I agree.
Thank you so much, Hannah. It's been so amazing. Such good to see you. Oh, that was amazing. I'm so thankful to have big sisters and the TopCat alumni, and I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. We will be having more of those alumni events, so if you are an alumni, then you should attend. And I'll be teaching dance classes for the alumni coming up soon, so be on the lookout for those. And if you're not a TopCat alumni, but you want to be on the TopCats, then continue following, continue listening to my podcast. Go back to episodes from when I first started this podcast. And also be on the lookout because we're going to be doing a little rebrand of the podcast. Since I'm more into the dance realm, then I am changing up a little bit how I do things around here. So just be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my podcast and on YouTube. And comment. And I will see you next time on another episode. Bye, y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Imperfect Cheerleader podcast. Taking the time to listen while you're busy with all of life's responsibilities means the world to me. If you enjoyed this episode, here are a few ways you can support ICP. Number 1, hit the subscribe button so you always get newly released episodes and never miss them. Number 2, take a screenshot of the episode you listened to and tag @theprofessionalcheerleader on Instagram. I love to repost your tags and shout you out on stories. And number 3, write a review on Apple Podcasts. This is the best way to show your support for the podcast and helps bring us even more guests, interviews, and topics. I hope you have a wonderful day and continue to work towards your goals of becoming a professional cheerleader, dancer, or someone who just loves to move, honey. I'll see you next time on another episode of the Imperfect Cheerleader podcast. Bye for now.